Hey, today we're talking about the Bella Mike's bedroom dresser. We actually just got finished putting this together, so stick around to the end. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to talk about what the installation was look like, and actually we're going to add on a time-lapse video of us putting it together at the very end of this. So if you want to go watch it to see how, I would say, somewhat easy it was to put together. We had three of us doing this. This is for our son's dorm, and so I'm going to talk about how we put it together. I'll also talk about some of the features. I'll answer some of the biggest questions that consumers have. We'll get some close-ups in here, so hopefully you can make the best decision for you. So we got this because my son is moving into a townhome with his friends. As a lot of college kids do, they want to have big TV. They want to have a little place for their gaming. He really liked the fact that this has colors that are down here, and I'll show you how we can switch the colors out. There is a outlet for plugs as well as USBs and USB-C plugs, and then you've got some drawers. The installation took us a little over an hour. We made a couple of mistakes, but overall it was pretty simple. The instructions were probably moderate in terms of how much you had to take a look at it. We put my wife in charge of that. She's really good at that. So we were able to do most of the things pretty easily. A couple of things to think about is that in here are metal pipes, which I like the fact that this is metal. The wood on top and the wood on the drawer, it actually feels more like wood than particle board. So I do like that it feels sturdy. This here, you got to make sure they're turned the right direction. So make sure you're looking at it in order to line up the slots for the drawers. That's a big thing. The second thing my wife took a picture of, and I'll add this in here and you'll be able to see this, is that down here below the drawer, the screws or the holes for the screws, you don't realize it when you first try to put it in, but it's bigger than the head. And we actually lost a screw in there, got it out with a magnet. But down here, as you put the screw in, you're going to feel it kind of sink in. It's designed for that, so that it goes up into the piping here into this wood. So don't be too worried when that happens, but just know that that's something that wasn't shown on the directions, although they tried to point things out with fingers and signs, but it didn't really do the thing that I needed. Other than that, these drawers here they're fabric. What was really good about it is, if you're like us, we've had many times we've tried to put stuff together and the drawers won't fit. Well, these drawers all fit, no problem at all. This is a fabric drawer, and there's an insert on the inside that you can pull out if need be, but this flattens it out. And then the handle is just put on with a couple of screws. So this was really easy to do. From a tool perspective, what you get is an Allen wrench, as well as a number of wrenches. I would recommend getting your own. If you're going to use a Phillips head screwdriver, I'd get a couple of them. It went a lot faster when we had 2 and 3 screwdrivers going at once, or an Allen wrench type of screwdriver you'll need for some of it. And then we also had a drill that we could have used. We used that a couple of times. It does also say in there you need a mallet or a hammer. That's going to be if you're going to attach this to the wall. So those are the things to think about there. What the features are of this, and this is why we got this. Number one, I like the fact that it has a metal frame, so it's sturdy. I like the fact that this can hold up to a 65-inch TV that one of my son's friends is bringing to the townhome. Back here, you've got 2 outlets, 3 prongs, as well as a USB-C and a USB-C port. So charging phones, charging iPads, you can plug in the gaming system that if your student or your child has this. I'm about 6'3". This comes up to about here, so it's not a very high dresser, but it's something that it was going to work really well when you've got a large TV sitting there, which my son's friends will do for hours and hours watching sports. These drawers up here hold about 12 pounds. These hold about 20. So, you can even put clothes in here if you wanted to make this a dresser. Like I said, they're using it probably in their living room. If that, you can put gaming equipment, you can put whatever else you want to put in those drawers, but they do fit. They're deep, they're big. This is the bigger drawers. They have a nice size to them. If you really wanted to, you could put clothes in there. The other part that my son really liked when we got this, and you see how easy that puts in, is down here you have the ability to switch the lights and switch to different colors. So you can actually match up your school colors if that works. He's got a white system, so he's going to use the blue. And you can see, even if you want to, you can have flashing lights. That's a big deal for you, flashing different colors. So overall, this is actually everything that it said it was going to be. We liked what it brought. We liked how easy it was to put together. You see in our video, we had the 3 of us plus our Labrador, who was super helpful. It's a nice piece and something that we're happy we put together at home and didn't wait till we put together at school because not a whole lot of space there. So I've got my computer here to talk about some questions that people had, and we'll ask them. They're pretty simple. Is it sturdy? I think it is. I mean, I wouldn't sit on this, but I think this is more sturdy than what I've seen in some other things we put together. As my son's going to be a junior in college, one of the things we did his freshman year was thrown away midway through the year. The drawers, are they wood or fabric? They are fabric. All the drawers are fabric. The top is wood. This is wood, and then you have the metal that's on the. It's really the frame. Some other questions are, how much clothing fits inside? Um, I would say, when I'm looking at this, you could probably put, 7, 8 shirts on each side if you wanted to. You could put, 6, 7, 8 pairs of shorts, and you could easily fill this up with socks and underwear. So there's a lot of room in here. And if you wanted to fold up pants, you could do that as well. So this would easily fit. If I look at what my son puts together from his wardrobe, this would easily fit everything that he would need to take to school. So I think that's pretty set for that. And if it's at home, you're going to be able to do the same thing. Does it really sit a 65-inch TV? I don't have a 65-inch TV, but the dimensions show that it will. So it's wide enough. It could easily fit that with a stand, which would be there. And then one of the questions was, does it look cheap? And we bought it because it didn't. And we bought it because we knew that it didn't have the straight particle board, that you had the metal frame. And actually, we like the cloth. So this has been a really nice addition. We're excited to take this to school. Easy plug in the back. Like I said, it took us about an hour to put together. We made 2 mistakes, but when we did, all we had to do was do a few unscrews to fix it. We didn't have to take the whole thing apart, which was really valuable to us. And we're still talking, which I think is one of the biggest features of this, is that that's how easy it was to put together. I would say if you are in the market for a dresser, whether it's for a bedroom or for a dorm or for a townhome or for a first, for there's something that goes into a living room, I'd absolutely take a look at this.